on the start pontoons, and it's the Prince Albert Challenge Cup. That's the student men's fours with Cox fours. Oxford Brookes A on the left and University of California Berkeley B crew on the right. Both of these crews seeded by the stewards, a bunch of Henley experience in the boats. Off they go, lots of power, no worries about the steering.
No worries about the steering, a little bit worried about those ducks in the front of the Cal Berkeley crew that are just scampering there to get out of the way, but I think they made it safely back to the island. The Cox will have seen them lying down in the front of the boat. It's K.R. Prendergast in there, but he kept a good straight line, or she kept a good straight line. I'm afraid I'm not able to tell from this position, but you can see the crew from Cal University expecting a tough race. Some good Henley experience in there as well, so they know what it's like to race on this track against Oxford Brookes, who are a very strong crew.
Yeah, this crew won in Ratzeburg, half the crew won in the British Universities Championship, and also they won Championship Cock for at Marlow Regatta, so they've got real momentum and some confidence that comes from those sorts of victories in the Oxford Brookes University crew. But here we have University of California, Berkeley. Well, they're not giving in, they're not giving up, they're pushing it really hard off the start. As we move down to our live shots in the middle of the course, we're looking at the Oxford Brookes University crew. That's Jack Pryor in the bow seat, Lewis Nares at 2, Blaise Ivers-Dreux at 3, and Marco Joseph Tognazzi sitting in the stroke seat, setting that long, powerful stroke. We've got this crew sat with 2 oarsmen in the middle of the boat with the oars on the same side. Some crews prefer to do that, believing it's kind of better for the rhythm and better for the dynamics of the crew. The University of California, you can see, have got the alternative rig, just alternate bow side, stroke side, or left, right if you're talking in old money.
Yeah, that's right, and the idea of it would be that the setup in the Brookes boat helps the boat go a little bit straighter. The dynamic forces are just balanced out a little bit more. That if the bow man has a little bit of advantage over the 2-man, then in exchange the 3-man has a bit of dynamic advantage over the 4-man or the stroke man. So the forces get more evenly distributed. The boat should go a little bit straighter with that setup, which should help Amy Jones as she's lying down there in the front of the boat. She's described this as her career highlight, to be selected to be coxing this fantastic crew at Henley and finding themselves in this race where they're doing well against the University of California, and that there is experience in there. In the 3 seat of the University of California crew is Alex Langston Bolt, who was in the St Paul's 8 back in 2018 that broke all the records, set new standards for schoolboy rowing. He's now at Cal Berkeley, sitting in the 3 seat of this crew and having a slightly different experience, but they're the B crew, so I guess not that surprising.
Yeah, and just talking for a moment about that St Paul's crew, we know from our YouTube channel that is about the most watched of all our videos ever. In the 7 years we've been broadcasting every race live and available on demand here on our YouTube channel. And we know also that the New Zealand men's 8 that won gold in Tokyo were watching videos of that crew at Henley to look at that loose, long style that they had. So one of the great things about the Henley Regatta and our YouTube channel is how you can look at and learn from some of the world's best crews, whatever the level. And it's inspiring, isn't it, to see that sometimes Olympians are looking to juniors to see what they can learn.
It's truly inspiring, isn't it, to think what a learning mindset looks like. And I guess it's saying, where can we pick up tips? Where can we learn? And looking at a groundbreaking crew like that St Paul's School one, and actually looking at crews like this one that we're seeing from Oxford Brookes, who are, well, we've seen them in the last few years as a system, taking things to a new high level. So, yeah, what is it you can go back and look at? What can you go and pick up from these videos and these crews?
And if you want to win, well, good ideas can come from everywhere. You've got to be open to improving and trying lots of different things, and that's one of the things that a 6-day regatta at Henley allows you to do. If you're somebody who wants to win, you can try a few things through the course. Oxford Brookes University didn't need to do that. The A crew there crossing the line first ahead of University of California at Berkeley. Brookes cheering on, and that's confirmation of the result in the Prince Albert. Oxford Brookes University's A crew beat University of California Berkeley B.
You saw a little bit of beating the sides of the boat that makes a good noise when you cross the line to celebrate. You go, yeah, we're pleased with what we've done here. And then you'll see them rowing away to go and prepare for their race tomorrow.